Hi, my name is Ashley Lee, and this is my classroom management file for my class Intro to Classroom Management. So the first thing that I find really important for classroom management is the classroom setup. So being at the high school doing my practicum hours for one of my other classes, the teacher has her desk here in the corner, which is where I sat most of the time to observe and help other students. I really liked her position of her desk because no matter where other of the students sat or during tests or anything, you can see their laps, their hands, their ears for their headphones. Everything that they're trying to hide becomes very obvious. So I really like the teacher's desk here, and they're all facing the whiteboard. Now here, this blue desk in the back, I would like to have a diffuser in my room for my prep hour or during lunches and stuff to help purify and clean the air because, high school students, some of them aren't very great with hygiene. Now, these orange boxes would be where homework would get turned in from the night before. So 5 boxes for 5 periods. And this green circle here, I would like to be able to go to the dollar store and fill this basket up with toothbrushes, deodorant, mouthwash, hairspray, little things like that just to help the students that are struggling with at-home stuff. So I would like to implement that. Now, depending on where I go and teach, my technology use would be very different. So I would like to have a desk here in the front just in case if I had like a projector on the desk I can use so I don't always have to stand and write on the whiteboard. However, though, I am a fan of the whiteboard and chalkboard over that projector, but some students prefer the other way. So I find this really important, and I would really hope to have a classroom with a window in it to air it out. So I think this is one of the most important things for a high school manage your high school classroom is the classroom setup. Big thing. And probably moving the desks. I would like to move the seating chart probably once a month too, so kids aren't getting so comfortable next to each other and starting those side conversations. Now that we have brought up side conversations, I was trying to find, I like Mr. Wong's, 1, 2, 3 that he does with his hands in the air that we talked about in class and seen on his videos. However, with high school students, you need an attention grabber, something that's really going to get their attention because 1, 2, 3, a lot of them kind of just ignore it now by this age. So as I was looking online, I'm like, okay, what can I use to get attention of high schoolers when they're not paying attention or I need to get their attention? So I found this picture that's here posted that says Hocus Pocus, and they would say, time to focus. I think it's fun and super cute. I love the movie Hocus Pocus, and when I was in high school I did. A lot of other kids at my age when I was in high school did, so I thought this would be fun to do with them. Not only will they get my attention, but it's not like a strict, a scary type thing to do with them. So I think that would be interesting. Obviously, I don't know how well it would work. I would have to try it first, and I think every classroom has its own way, but I would like to try this to get my students' attention for if they're talking. And students also crave structure. I mean, still, even as adults, we crave it. It's just something that us as humans need. And I think if the students come in, circle around by the desk, put their homework in the file. If they need something from the basket, they can grab it or whatever. And I would like to have hand sanitizers and lotions on the back, tissues and stuff like that as well. But as they first come in, they drop off their homework, sit at their desk, and start the warm-up. And the warm-up will be up for 5 minutes, and I'll even have a timer counting down. And then from there, we would do questions from the night before's homework. I don't want them to have their homework when we do the questions because I don't want them to erase. I want to be able to see where they're actually struggling with. so they can rewrite the questions or have the numbers ready for when I ask them. And after that, then we would go into notes and work on the boards together, an activity sheet. So every day they would know what's going on. But the activity sheet can be different, or it could be a digital story. But that activities part together and individually could change. But they know during that time, that's what they can look forward to. And I think that is extremely important, especially when kids miss class or have to leave early. They know what they have missed and what they can ask for instead of being clueless and running around with their head cut off. So I think classroom setup and the structure of the classroom and getting your students' attention are the most critical things for classroom management. And if you don't have a great classroom setup, it's going to cause chaos. In my practicum hours, I saw the teacher change the desk situation multiple times, and every time it changed, the chaos increased. They had to be facing the front and not next to each other. No funky sitting chart, just traditional, separate individual desks facing the front. Less chaos, less side distraction, and then everyone has sort of their own bubble. I don't know what it is with high schoolers, but once they enter each other's bubbles, it's like they have to talk to each other and they just can't leave each other alone. And so I think that's important. And then you have to have something to get their attention, because when they first come in, especially coming in from a break like lunch or their lunches, or I don't know if they have like a break in between certain classes or if lunch is their only time period. But when they're coming in from lunch, they're really hyped up, they're talkative, they're chatty, they bring in their food and their drinks. Depending on how large my class is after the lunch period, I don't think I would like students bringing in their food or drinks, because I find it as a distraction. I saw it get passed around the class, all kids sharing. It's just not good. No food, no drinks in the class. And if you have it, put a lid on it, put it away. Just no eating it. It needs to be put on the desk or thrown just out of sight. No eating or drinking in the classroom unless it's like a bottled water. So this is what I find most important for classroom management. Is the classroom setup, the attention grabbers of getting their attention, and keeping structure in the class. And I don't think you can have good classroom management without one or the other. So this is my final for classroom management and the 3 things I find most important for classroom management. Thank you.